Hi friends. If you missed our time on Zoom, no problem. All the information is here and you can follow along with this video. We're going to be making cityscapes. So follow along with the video.
All right, here's what we need for this project. Tinfoil, a thin cardboard box like a macaroni box or cereal box, washable markers, paper towel or sponge. I'm using a spray bottle. A bowl of water will be fine. Glue, scissors, paper. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a plate. So I want a smooth surface for me to be able to put all of my different stamps and pieces down on it. So I'm just going to cut this into a nice rectangle. You can do any shape you'd like, but we're going to cover it with tinfoil later, so a square or a rectangle are going to be the easiest to cover. I'm going to save my extra pieces that I cut off so I can use those to add my cityscape. All right, now I have my paper. It's a nice smooth surface, and I'm going to cut some building shapes, long rectangles. I'm going to glue them down onto my plate. Oh, I need to open my glue. You don't need a lot of glue, but gluing cardboard to cardboard, you need a little bit more than you would if you were using paper. I did this the first time with a glue stick and it worked just fine. I'm going to cut little windows to put on top of my building so I even have more texture and more interest. All right, I'm going to continue doing this, and once I have my cityscape, I'll be right back. All right, now that I've filled my whole plate with different shapes of buildings, I have triangles, some crosses on there, windows, all sorts of things. I'm going to put it face down onto my tinfoil, cut my tinfoil to size, and sometimes it's just easier to rip the tinfoil. I want to try to keep my tinfoil as smooth as possible on the front. I'm going to wrap it like a present, and tinfoil is pretty good to stay where you fold it. So I'm not going to use any glue. I'm just going to fold it down as neatly as I can, making sure my corners are crisp. All right, then I'm going to start pressing on the front so all of my pieces can be seen. Pressing down in between the buildings and the windows. This way I can see where I want to color them as well. All right. Now I'm ready to add my color. I'm going to use washable markers because they're going to work really well when we put water on them to transfer them to a paper. It's going to look a little splotchy when you put down the marker at first because that tinfoil acts kind of like a barrier. It wants to push away the color. Don't worry about that, the water will help. All right, I'm going to speed this up. Try to use lots of different colors and color the background. Now, I'm using a spray bottle and a paper towel. You could use a damp sponge as well. And I'm just going to wipe my paper. If I have pools of water, or if my paper is really wet, it's not going to work. So you're going to just want to make sure your paper is damp. And here's another important thing. You need to lay your paper on top of your print and press down. I did this at the beginning and I put my print on top and tried to do it and it didn't work. I also put too much water one time and it became a big puddle of color. So you're going to press down, trying to feel in between all your windows and buildings And I did this for about 30 seconds. And voila! I have my print in different colors.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. A couple things that some people had trouble with during our Zoom time was that we forgot that we needed to wrap our tinfoil all the way around our plate and then make sure that we press into those areas before we start coloring. You can color this any way you want, and then you can wipe it clean and start again and keep making lots of prints. Another thing people had trouble with is that if you add too much water to your paper, you're gonna get something like this. All of that marker is just gonna seep into all those puddles of water. You're gonna wanna put your, take a damp paper towel, and you're gonna just wanna slide that across your paper, and then you wanna place your paper, your damp paper, on top of your tinfoil. Don't put your tinfoil on top like just right like this. That doesn't work. You're gonna have to put your paper on top of the tinfoil and rub the back of the paper. Okay, I can't wait to see them. Have a great time. Bye, guys.